What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 137 here on season number 2. And today we are looking into Adobe. So these videos are meant for educational purposes only and not meant to be taken as financial advice. You're responsible for your assets and to properly protect them. So always do your own research. As of today, Adobe is up 6.57% over the course of 1 month, and over the course of about a week, they're up 4.45%. So I figured I would take a more in-depth look into Adobe to see if they actually fit into my overall portfolio. First of all, we're going to look at Adobe. Has it been good long term? Will they have good growth into the future? Are they currently undervalued? And are they even a good company in general? For these videos, what I do is I look at more of the information provided through the financial statements and also through the 10K, and not so much focused on the technical analysis aspect. I do plan on releasing one of those videos every single Wednesday. I do know that it's Thursday, so I'm a little bit behind, but thanks for forgiving me already. You know, I'll get back to the normal schedule anyways. But if there's a company that you would like me to check out, please let me know down in the comments. I love seeing your guys' comments. I love seeing the stock suggestions. Just give me time to get to them because I'm only doing one a week, and so it will take time to get to every single person's suggestion. As far as this stock goes, I do not own any shares, and I do not look forward to purchasing any of these shares either. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. So on here, this is the Adobe spreadsheet that I use to calculate everything out. Do I understand it? Yes, they are a service provider. What I believe is that they were a products provider that shifted into the service because now they charge a monthly fee, and they provide you with a service to access the multiple different products that they offer through the Creative Cloud. Their customer are creative professionals, marketers, app developers, and consumers / YouTubers. Their industry is computer software. The form of company is a corporation. Their geography is mostly in North America, but it does spread throughout the world, obviously. And then their status is one of the largest and most diversified software companies in the world. As far as has it been good in the past, I said yes. If you look at the actual return on capital employed, they've done 10%. Or almost 10.5%. In 2017, they did 16.83%. In 2018, 24.91%, or almost 25%. If you average those out, you get an average of 17.40%. Anything above like 15 is great, as long as you're beating the S&P 500 or they're beating the S&P 500. That makes that they've done pretty good. As far as free cash flow, return on capital employed, they've done 14.5%, 22.5%, and 31.5%. for an average of about 22, almost 23% return on free cash flow on capital employed. Growth in operating income per fully diluted share, they did 66.3%, and then they also did 46.08%. So those are great numbers. They've done great numbers. And also their liabilities to equity is only 1. Anything above a 2 is considered, I consider like not good at all. Are they good into the future? Possibly. I put no because they're not like super strong, so it's possible that they could be good into the future. Is the company's customer base unlikely to consolidate? I said yes, because 10% of their sales do not come from any like one organization or person. And also their supplier base is not likely to consolidate because 10% of what they purchase is not from specifically like one company or another. I mean, most of what they do is probably in-house, to be honest. As far as bargaining power for customers, backward integration, basically a customer creating an app that would be similar to what Adobe offers. I said probably not. Let's be honest, we don't really have time to do that. Switching costs, though, however, would be very little. There's other apps out there, and it's pretty easy to change from a Adobe to maybe a Premiere Pro, or even to get off of using Lightroom and just use Instagram to edit your photos or something of the like. So yes, there's not a whole lot of switching cost involved in changing across different platforms. Like I said, lots of competition, and also cheap. There's some programs that are actually free. The bargaining power of suppliers, I said possible for integration, but unlikely. That would be a supplier creating a product that Adobe offers, or the Adobe suite or whatever it may be. And I said possible, but very, very unlikely. Switching costs would be very high. I mean, if you write the code and program specifically for one program to operate in that system, then if you want to sell that program or system to some other company, you're going to have to possibly rewrite the code in order to have it operate under their rules and regulations or whatever they have. And so that would obviously increase the cost by quite a bit. Right, of substitutes go, direct substitute would be very high. Like I said, there's a huge competition in this space for people, for consumers, for professionals, whatever it may be. There's a huge competition, and most of them offer products for free and are continuing to create better and better products for free. Like Facebook, you can now edit photos on there. You can use Instagram. You can use filters on Snapchat. Like, there's tons of different platforms now for free that you can edit photos really, really simply. Doing without, I said, is very, very low. Obviously, most professionals aren't going to be able to operate a business without using the Adobe suite. And then a wholly different product, I said, is very, very unlikely, at least for the next like 5 to 10 years. I mean, who knows where the technology and future holds, but I think for right now, it's very, very unlikely. A threat of new entrances would be high on certain products. Like I was saying, maybe like a Photoshop or a Lightroom or something along those lines is going to have a higher threat of new entrances, where maybe like a Premiere Pro or something like that is not going to have as much. As far as their moat identification, government, they don't have any government moat. Network, I think that they do have a network moat, because obviously if you use the Adobe platform, then most of your colleagues, friends, and that kind of thing will probably use the Adobe platform, so it's very easy to share and put up to the cloud. Cost, there's no moat with the cost. They're pretty much competitive, but they're not like super, super cheap compared to the competitors. Their brand, yeah, I think people trust the Adobe brand. They trust the Adobe Creative Cloud program. Switching costs, they don't have a moat there. And then also ingraininess, which would be people's like reliance on using this product. And I think that is a yes. I think it's very high, actually, people's like use on Adobe. People are very, very used to using Photoshop to edit photos instead of using a different platform. So for them to switch might not be the best idea. Anyways, is it inexpensive? As far as market cap over free cash flow goes, they're a 46. For me, inexpensive would be about an 8. So they need basically about $100 billion off of their market cap in order to be around there. Enterprise value over operating income is a 55. I would like to see it at a 7-ish, 7-8 maybe. And so yeah, they're for me, they're too expensive for my portfolio. And then also market cap to book value and market cap to tangible book value is a 15 and a 15. I would like to say that around a 3, maybe a 2. So yes, for me, this company is way too expensive to throw in my portfolio. But I mean, that's my own personal portfolio, so that's how I would run my account. For you, you gotta leave it up to you to decide what you're gonna do with your own stock. Whether I think it's inexpensive or not is completely my personal stance. That does not constitute whether a buy or sell on your end or a hold. You got to go ahead and do your own research and make the decision for yourself, and be the responsible party to make those decisions. Anyways, we'll go ahead and leave it right there. Let's jump into the question of the day, which is, should kidneys be able to be bought and sold? I mean, honestly, as long as I can get, you know, a little cut of the profit, I think that they should be sold and bought, of course. Now, I mean, like people stealing people's kidneys, I think is crazy. So I don't think that publicly they should be able to be bought and sold. But obviously, I mean, on the black market, I'm sure that this stuff happens all the time, right? But like I always say, if you got any questions regarding Stash, Acorns, Robinhood, M1 Finance, as well as general investing, business ethics coaching, post those questions down below. Please don't forget to subscribe up here and check out Micron. Is it a good stock? Check out the video right here. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.